You're listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. Hi, I'm Francine.
And I'm Carrie.
We're two best friends who can't stop talking, usually about Disney stuff.
Sometimes we have fascinating guests, and sometimes it's just us. But it's always positive and fun.
We're happy to have you join our chat. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Hi, Carrie.
Hello, Fran.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. How about you?
I'm okay, thank you. I'm okay. It's been a little bit since we chatted because we recorded those two episodes kind of back to back, the last two, and then it's been a little bit.
And then we get busy.
Oh, busy doing nothing. I love that song. I have that song on my playlist. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
No.
No. The one from Christopher Robin. You know the movie Christopher Robin?
No. I know it, but...
You know it. Oh my gosh, it's such a fantastic movie. But there's a song from it called Busy Doing Nothing. And so I have it on my playlist. Because it's fun. It's like Winnie the Pooh. He's busy doing nothing. He's always busy doing nothing. Sometimes that's how I feel. I feel very busy. But when you sit back and think about it, I think, what did I get done?
Nothing.
So that's
I get that. I can relate to that. Sure.
Story of our lives. It feels like, and you think yesterday was such a busy day. And then I think, okay, so let me write down what I actually accomplished for myself on my own to-do list. Not much. Yeah, that's the story of my life. Yes. But anyway, we've got a lot to talk about. And this is, so as a Disney focused podcast, we're going to the dark side. Dun, dun, dun. We did it together. So we're going to talk about my part of my trip at Universal.
Nice. I can't wait. I've been waiting for this for like ever.
Well, and it's funny because you and I we talk all the time and then we go a few days, we don't talk, whatever. But I don't know that people understand that you and I sometimes save information and purposefully don't discuss it so that it's an organic conversation when we get on the podcast.
For sure. Yeah, we do that. And then sometimes though we don't, we don't talk, like we chit chat online, but like until you actually have a video chat, you don't really get to chat. Like, and not even just a podcast, just generally, right?
Right.
Like we can chit chat all day long on Facebook Messenger, but you don't really get to, you
don't get to the guts of it.
You don't get to the juicy stuff until you actually have a video chat. Like where you got lots of time.
Exactly.
We usually chat for hours.
We do. And that's usually our downfall. So if we both say to each other, oh, I'm really busy. Do you want to just chat for a minute? And we do that. We'll send Facebook messages and it's like, do you want to just chat for a minute? It's like, okay. And then we get on and like an hour and a half later, one of us is like, oh my gosh, we got to go. True story. Happens all the time. Yeah. So anyway, that's
Universal.
That's us. Yes. So Universal. So I decided to go and spend, I guess it was 4 days at Universal after my Walt Disney World vacation. And it's kind of funny because I've never done Universal solo. So I've been to Universal before, but I've always been with people. I've never done it solo, which brings with it a whole litany of things that, concern me when I'm by myself and there's big rides. But before we even get to that, I was lucky enough that our lovely friend Susan, she had a rental car. So her and her husband were there. They were doing the Run Disney, same as you. And they had a rental car and she would not hear of me taking an Uber. She absolutely would not hear of it. She came and picked me up and drove me to my hotel. Nice. Which was lovely. I did look just to see that morning, if I checked it like 11 o'clock, how much a lift would be to go from Port Orleans to Aventura, just so people know and have an idea. And if I did the wait and save, I could get it for $20. An extra large, if you have luggage and stuff, was $26.
Hmm,
So not
not
too
bad.
bad. It's not bad. And there's different options that you can do, but imagine I'm assuming at peak time it would be a lot more, but that's what it would have been at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Cool.
So yeah. So I stayed at Aventura, which is it's almost like do I want to say like the techie place or I don't know. Is it like techie? It's supposed
I
to be
get
like
it's
higher
modern,
tech. Yeah,
high tech, modern. That's
right.
it.
And it is high tech. And I can tell you that. And I'm usually a techie person too. In the room, like it's a beautiful hotel, but in the room, everything's controlled by an iPad.
It's like your Virgin Voyages
It's
room.
like the Virgin Room. But the problem, well, it's not really a problem. It's just like one night I was sitting watching TV in bed, and all of a sudden everything turned off and the lights went out because there's like a master button to turn everything off. And I was sitting in the dark and I'm like, what just happened here?
Does it turn off automatically at a certain time?
No, I hit the wrong button. Like turned everything off.
Oops.
Um, but yeah, it was, you know what? The room was nice. It was spacious. I had like two queen beds, a beautiful view, even though like I had the standard view, so it wasn't of any parks or anything. It was just it's in a big tower, so it was nice to look out. Um, and you can check out on this iPad. You can ask for towels. Like you can do whatever you want on that iPad. A little fridge, coffee maker, desk, lots of charging ports. It was yeah, like it was, and the cupboard in the closet was pretty big too. So yeah, it was very spacious for me. There was a little coffee maker. I didn't really use it because I had my tea, like there I could get tea downstairs. There was a Starbucks in the lobby. So that, why make tea? It's like having a dog and barking yourself. So I went, so in the morning I would go downstairs and get my tea from Starbucks. Yeah, because you can get a big one.
And
Um
then was the bed comfy? Like I've never
oh,
been in
Carrie's
a
all about her Marriott beds.
no, just wondering because this is like one thing you should also point out how it's like their value category, like value prime, right? It's not
Yeah,
moderate or whatever. I can never remember what the moderate's called. Anyways, but it's a value and it's
yeah.
all high techy.
Yeah, for sure. And the bed was really comfortable. Like on a scale of 1 to Marriott,
Mm-hmm.
it was it was probably like a 7.
Not bad.
Yeah, it was good. I did not wake up with aches and pains by any stretch of the imagination. I slept very well. And they had the nice curtains that were pretty heavy so that, it blocked out the light nicely, which was good. Um,
Hmm.
yeah.
Does it have a pool?
It has a pool. I did go and look at it. Of course, Francine forgot her bathing suit on that trip. I think I told you that. So I did go out and walk around it, but I didn't get to go in it. But it looked lovely. It looked lovely.
Interesting.
You know what was so impressive about this hotel? So they have like their food court. Their food court, I will say their meals were more expensive than a Disney quick service. However, they had really good food, like
Hmm.
really good quality food. There were a couple nights they have handmade pizza, um, and you wait and they cook it right there for you. And like a couple nights I did that and I just grabbed a pizza and took it back to my room while I was working, which was nice. They had noodles and chicken and steak and
No.
yeah, you could get a custom made noodle bowl. Carrie, you would have been in your glory. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the first day, actually, when I arrived, I was so early. Of course, my room wasn't ready. They had a spicy chicken sandwich and fries because I had all my luggage or whatever. I just sat in the cafeteria, um, or their quick service food court or whatever they want to call it. And their spicy chicken sandwich was delicious.
Hmm.
It was really good. Yeah. So I was impressed with the hotel. I really was. Um, it was really good.
Interesting.
The bus service was quick. I took the bus multiple times and it takes you and drops you off at the bus terminal at Ay, ay, ay.
City Walk.
That's it.
Is it long? How long is the walk? Like I haven't walked from up there in a while. How long is the walk from the bus stop down to the park gates, do you think?
So the bus stop the bus stop for my hotel was the first one right at the bottom of the escalators. So not that the others were far, but literally you got off the bus, you went up the escalators through security, and then you just walked across the bridge. So maybe a 10-minute walk from the bus to you're in City Walk.
But
The
what about to
longest
get
part
to
is
the
waiting for security.
right? Because you have to go down you have to walk a bit to get to the gates, but it's not that far, not too far.
No. So to get to the park gates. So
Mhm.
depending on which park you're going to. So if you were going to Universal, it's further. So that would be maybe another 10 minutes.
Hmm.
Yeah. And there's moving sidewalks on that bridge at City Walk
Yeah.
too. So, you don't actually have to do the steps. It was pretty quick. I was surprised at how quick it was. The bus ride itself was maybe 5 minutes, if that.
Yeah. They're not very far.
And given I don't do rope drops or first thing in the morning and last at night or anything like that, I think the most people I had on my bus at any given time was like 6 people.
Well, and then the lines wouldn't be long to get in because there would be no crowds.
Exactly. So maybe it's crazy at opening, but I didn't experience that at all. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really good. So I was
Well, it
really
sounds like
impressed.
fancy place.
I was really happy with it. So the first night I just thought, I'm just going to chill, take it easy. Once I got into my room, I decided, well, why don't I go to the outlet mall? May as well, because I hadn't been there yet. So the outlet mall, it was a priority pickup was $9 in Lyft. If I wanted to wait and save, it would have cost me $6.
Okay. Yeah, because it really is like close. Like
It's so close. It's like from the resort to the outlet mall on International Drive. It was like, yeah, and that's the premium outlet mall. Yeah, so it cost me $6 to get there, which was great. I wandered around the mall. I went to Old Navy. I feel like I bought some jeans there. I don't know what I did with them.
Something.
I think I did, but I can't now. I'm trying to think, where did I put those jeans? I have no idea. But I did buy some stuff there.
In your suitcase still, because you haven't unpacked yet.
They're probably in there. But I went to the Disney outlet store, of course, and that's where I got the tiki bird little statue. It's just like a plastic toy, whatever, but I think it's very cute. So it's a tiki bird with orange bird. So I bought it, of course. And because I have such a big suitcase, it fit perfectly. I had plenty of room to bring it home, which was lovely. What I really resented, though, was a mug that I had bought my sister in January. I saw in here.
Yeah.
Half price. It drives me crazy when that happens.
That's the one thing.
Yeah. That was the Aurora
You're
mug.
bound to see something.
Yeah, you always end up seeing something that you bought and you paid full price for.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you don't buy it when you see it, then it's going to be one of the things that'll never show up at the outlet mall and you've missed it. So if you want it, you got to buy it.
I think if you really love it and you absolutely admit it, you see it, you want it, you buy it. But if it's one of those things you're like wavering on,
then it's good to wait and see. If you see it at the outlet, it's great.
Yeah. There's all kinds of corksicle mugs I want, but I'm hoping that they'll eventually hit the outlet because they cost so much money.
Maybe that's going to be Carrie's Pixie Dust one of these days after a trip to the outlet mall. Carrie's going to tell you she got a corksicle mug.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so the bus service was pretty good. It was like they're mirrors too, so it's all similar.
It's all the same, yeah.
My first night though, so after I got back from shopping at the outlet mall, I'm like, that's it. I'm going to City Walk. And I jumped on the bus and I got there and it was pandemonium because it was grad night and I did not know that.
Oh dear.
So important to check what activities are going on in the area. It was crazy. I've never seen so many teenagers running around like crazy. So I kind of wandered around. I took some pictures. I really honestly didn't do much because it was grad night. So I kind of took that advice and just left. I just
Back
left.
to your fancy room.
I did. I think I might have had my first pizza that night. I literally made friends with the lady that makes the pizza because her pizzas were so good. Like, I don't know that I can explain to you how good these pizzas were. They were good. They were very good.
I believe you.
Yeah, they were very good. So
what
yeah.
did you get on your pizza?
I just had tomato and basil. It was very good. Yeah. It's yummy. And they also had snacks and stuff there, but it was a bit weird. The way they do it is a bit weird at their cafeteria. So each food place, so the pizza place, the burger, fry, salad place, and the noodle place all had cashiers. So you paid for your food there. But there was only one fridge section where they had the drinks and all that kind of stuff. So when I would order my pizza, if I ordered a bottle of water or a beer or whatever, she would say, go get it from the fridge. But the fridge was like the other side of the food court. So I said, well, what do I, like, do I get a receipt? Like, what do I say to the man over by the fridge? Like, I can't just walk over and just pull something out of the fridge and walk away. He's going to ask me to pay for it. And she said, no, he won't. And I was very confused. You know me. So I walk over, I open the fridge, I grab my drink, and the guy's standing there at the cashier next to the burger place, which is where the fridge is. And I said to him, I paid for this over, like, he didn't ask me. I just offered the information. I paid for this over at the burger place or at the pizza place. And he's like, okay. And I just thought, is nobody watching to make sure I'm not just, what if I came over here and picked up 4 beers and I only paid for 1? Who would know? I don't know. So anyway, I thought that was weird.
It is kind of weird.
It is, right? It's
like, how hard is it for them to? I guess it's if somebody just wants a drink, like, because maybe people wouldn't really just go to him, and like maybe his job is to watch to make sure you ordered something from somewhere. I don't know. I can't figure this one out.
I don't know. It's weird. It was just, to me, it made me uncomfortable.
Like, so he just stands there just selling drinks. That's all he's just the cashier for the drinks
and the burger stand.
Oh, okay.
So the burger stand is next to the fridge. Yeah. So it was just, to me, it made me uncomfortable. I know, dumb things, right? But yeah. So anyway, that was my first night. First day in the parks.
The next time you were a pro, you're like, hi, burger cashier, water cooler guy. How you doing?
Like, yeah. Yep. And they had, you know what else I appreciated about this hotel? They had the ice machine. I don't know if I'm assuming it was on every floor, but it was so close to my room. So I could have ice all the time I wanted. It was so easy. I could just run out and get ice. Made a big difference. Anyway. Yeah. So my first full day in the parks, I don't think I was late, but I wasn't super duper early. I probably got there maybe around 9:30 or 10, and I went to Universal Studios first. That was my plan. I felt pretty good about it.
Her butt coming?
I felt pretty good about it. Excuse me. That was my first full day in the park, and I had did I have 2 or 3 day? I had 3-day tickets. So I had 3-day tickets, park to park tickets, because you need those to ride the Harry Potter thingy. The Harry Potter train, which I now know what it is and why it is because I watched the movie. I watched two movies now. Did you know that? Two movies.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. So I rode, I obviously could ride that. But you know what was so fun was seeing all the different kinds of merch, Carrie. It's
Hello Kitty.
well, yeah, like Hello Kitty stuff, and there's
They
people
have spirit
love
jerseys
Minions.
too.
Yeah, they have spirit jerseys and the Minions. There's Minion stuff everywhere. Like people really love Minions.
They're cute.
Yeah.
Have you seen one of those movies?
I watched one uh because that's the one I didn't realize that the dude was they're bad guys. I thought they were fun people. I didn't realize that they were sinister, I guess. The big
For a
guy.
little while.
What's
Groot.
his Groot?
Groot.
What's his name?
GRU.
Oh, GRU.
Groot.
Yeah. He's a bad guy. Or does he become good afterward? I know he has like this soft spot for these kids that he adopted.
He's not a bad guy.
So he becomes a good guy?
He's sinister in the beginning, but he's not, but he's not a villain.
Because there's like how many movies?
I don't know, lots.
There's a ton of them. There's a ton
They're
of
pretty,
them.
they're pretty funny. So
Yeah.
you should watch more. You love them. You'd love them, I think, because they're funny.
So maybe I need to watch some more of those. But
And then next time you'll be buying some Minion merch.
well, the Minion snacks were what got me. They're very cute. They have some very good themed Minion snacks. They had, like marshmallow wafers, but they look like Minions. They had the big eyes on them and and the apples and stuff like that. And then they had a ton of like Simpsons stuff as well and big donuts. And so I will say the snack game was pretty good. Pretty good.
Those donuts are good.
You know what? I did not get one. The whole time I was there, the donut I got, I ended up going to Voodoo Donuts.
I don't know if I've had a Voodoo donut before.
Oh, yeah. I just got the plain with chocolate on top. And Carrie, it is worth it. It was so, in fact, there was one night I was in my room and it was probably like 8:30 and I thought, I wonder how long it would take me to get on the bus and go back over there and get a donut. Like, that's how good it was.
Not that long. You should have went.
No, I should have.
Marie and I had one of those lard lad donut, whatever it's called in Hollywood, and we got it like for the photo because it's a donut the size of your head, and then we ate it and we're like, like the donut was gone. We were like, how good can this donut be? It's ginormous. It's bright pink. And it was like, quick, take the pictures. And then it was a pretty tasty donut. It's not just a marketing. It's not just a marketing thing to get you to like. It's good. It's good for the photos and good for the. Oh my goodness! Take a picture of me. This donut's the size of my head, and it delivers. It's tasty. Anyways,
yeah.
Anybody who's wondering,
their food is pretty good. I've got to say, overall, I was impressed with the food. It was more expensive though than Disney.
Interesting.
Yeah, not tons, but a bit. And I think it was only so noticeable to me because I had been at Disney for the 7 days and eaten a lot of quick service. And then when I got to Universal, I was eating quick service too. So I was able to compare. The other thing that is very different at Universal that I noticed, which is a little bit different, is so they also have the multiple brands of water. They have regular water that's like $3.50, $3.75. And then they have their premium water, which is $6, $6.50. The difference is you can't get regular water everywhere. You have to be very thoughtful because a lot of the different locations for drinks only has the premium water. Yes, at Circus McGurkus, I paid $6.50 for a bottle of water because that's all they had. Yes.
You should have just got the refillable mug where you can get the slushies all day long.
I probably should have. And I was probably on day 3 when I thought, you know what? Why didn't I just do that? Because that is something that they do have. Those refillable mugs are throughout the parks. So you take it with you and you can get your drinks all day long, which is different. Disney, you can't, when you get the dining plan or those mugs, they're only good at the resorts. So, and I should have checked if they had water in those machines.
They do.
Yeah. So then I probably could have
They
just
have
got
all
the
the
mug
Coke, they
and
have the Coke freestyle machines.
so I probably
They
could have
should have
just got the
water.
mug and then got water in it. I'll try that in August. Um,
Well, you should get a couple of slushies in it if you're gonna get it, like at least one slushie.
I'm not really a slushy kind of gal.
Well, in August you will
Like
be
what
because
kind
it's
of what
gonna be
kind of
friggin'
slush?
hot.
I know it's gonna be
Like I don't
freaking
really remember. I just know I probably filled it up once or twice
yeah.
because they've
August
got
is hot.
So you might need the slushie.
And it was hot when I was there. Well, we talked about that on the last one. It was unbelievably hot.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say their t-shirt game's pretty good too. They have some pretty nice t-shirts. I did not buy any, but they do have some pretty nice t-shirts. I was amazed at how much Betty Boop stuff.
Yeah, Betty Boop.
Yeah.
What else about? They got Scooby Doo there.
Scooby-Doo,
Betty
Dr.
Boop.
Seuss, E.T. There was tons of different things that were pretty cool. Pretty cool. So
I like because they have Back to the Future stuff usually, even
yeah.
though that ride doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Well, and it's weird, right? Because you need your ticket. So there's no sort of magic band, like I didn't have a magic band. But I did notice that they had phone cases with Back to the Future. So the what's it called? The thing on the flux capacitor where it had the
Mhm.
3 dates or the 2 dates. They actually have phone cases with those on it
That's pretty
that
cool.
looks just like it from Back to the Future, which is pretty cool. Um, so I struggled a little bit, Carrie, because being solo, there were some attractions that I wanted to try, but I know that I get motion sickness from too much 3D and too much stuff. And when you're solo, the last thing I want to do is get sick. So I actually didn't ride it much. I think I might have done 2 or 3 things. So I walked around, I took a ton of pictures, I enjoyed the street, fun. There were dancers and everything. Like they have a lot of streetmosphere, which surprised me. I guess I didn't really remember that.
Mm.
Like dance parties and stuff. Did you see that too?
I know that they have like the like on the Universal side they have stuff in the streets for sure, and
Mm-hmm.
the Blues Brothers and stuff like that. Like I've been there. The last time I was there was like when I stayed there was at Christmas time, so they had like the Christmas parade and
Right.
things like that. But yeah,
Yeah, it
they
was
had a little bit of stuff on that. I like the Universal Orlando side because of the streetscapes and all the different, like there's so many details over there. Like
yeah.
when you stop putting on when you take off your Disney, your Disney know-it-all hat and you just enjoy it. There's lots to enjoy. Like I love that
Yeah.
Universal side, like all the little details that
It was
their creators have put into that park is awesome.
it's really well themed. And it didn't feel overly crowded to me. Like I didn't feel I was fighting through a ton of people. I really did enjoy walking up and down those streets and taking the pictures. Obviously there were the Rip Ride Rocket or whatever it's called. You could hear the screams from all over the park. I have been on that before, so one and done for me, obviously, but I did hear that was closing. Um, you know, I enjoyed going into all of the different stores and seeing what they had around there and getting my pictures taken with some of the characters that were out and about. Of course, some of the Avengers or not Avengers, what are they called? Some of the superhero people. I got my picture taken and then I would send it to my nephew and be like, who's this?
Who dat?
Who dat? Before I post this online and make a fool of myself, who is this?
Who did you get pictures with?
Um, Oh, you're gonna ask me. I don't know. I got to go back through my text messages. I did get Captain America and Seuss and Thing One and Thing Two. I did do that. Um, I posted a picture of myself outside the Mummy or whatever. Oh my gosh, everybody's like, "Oh, what did you think?" I'm like, "I did not go on it. Please, people, please recognize I'm here to take pictures, not to go on these things." Um, I did see like, a gelato stand. I thought of you as soon as I saw it. And of course I did go on ET because, you kind of have to, you kind of have to do ET, right? Kind of have to. Yeah. So I did, like I kind of just, I could glance over it all. I spent a lot of time in Diagon Alley and the wizarding stuff because
What did you think of that merch? And
now I
after you
know.
had seen the movie, because like that's
Yeah.
crazy merch.
Now that I've seen the movie, I am completely in awe of their merch. Like, they should have made these lands 3 times as big as they are, though, because that is the only place that I felt shoulder to shoulder with people was in there because it's so well done that people spend a lot of time in there. Like, a lot of time. I spend a lot of time in there and I probably missed 75% of the details. Do you know what I mean? Like just from my one movie at that point watching, I was really appreciative of all of the details they had. And Ollivanders, when I went in, had a whole new meaning for me now. Because now I get it. And how the wands get picked and blah blah blah. And now the whole ceremony where they pick the person with the wand and stuff, now it makes sense to me.
Well, more movies, you'll be getting a wand yourself.
Well, it's funny because I was watching the kids playing and doing all the wand stuff, and I was like, this is kind of fun. Maybe next time I should get a wand and try all of these interactive things. Have you got a wand?
No. No wand for me.
Have you seen the interactive stuff and watched them do it? It's pretty cool.
I know which one I'd want. I want Professor Snape's wand for sure, but I just haven't been there to do it. Maybe one day we can do that.
Why do you want Professor Snape's?
That's just the one that I want. I liked him. I liked his wand too.
Okay. Awesome. I spent a lot of time in there. I had butterbeer, my first butterbeer. It was pretty good.
Did you like it?
Yeah, you know what? It was pretty good. I couldn't drink the whole thing though.
Too sweet.
You know me. I could just eat sugar out of the bag. I love sugar. But I felt like it was just a bit too
much.
I probably got maybe halfway through it. And then I was
you need to share with somebody.
Yeah, probably. I had the cold one. I had it actually with lunch. So I went to lunch at what's it called? The one with the big long tables.
3 broomsticks.
I
There's
think
only
that's
2
it.
of them.
Yeah.
Like Leaky Cauldron.
The one with the big long tables. I can't remember whether. Oh, it was Leaky Cauldron. That was it. Here we go. I had my pictures up so I could see which one it was. So I went to the Leaky Cauldron. So what I didn't realize is you have to it's a huge line to get in there, and you stand.
Popular.
Yeah, you stand in line. But I kind of like the way they do it. The line went pretty quickly. It's a smart way to do it. So basically you wait in line and then when you get up to the front, they go and they seat you at this quick service. So they say you got, one person, you come, you sit here. You don't get to pick where you're sitting, whatever. They seat you. So it's very, very quick how quickly it turns over. Then you order your food on the app, you put in your table number, and then it comes to you. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think it's a good way to do it, to just get people in and out quickly, so that more people can go in and experience it. But there, I had the kids. So I did, I had the kids fish and chips. And it was a fair size. Why are you laughing at me?
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Yeah, so I had that. It was good. And it was fun to be inside. Like that was really well themed too.
She had kids fish and chip and a butterbeer.
I did. And water. And the fish and chip came with grapes. But you know what I appreciated at I I liked the fries were actually very good with it. They were like wedges almost. But I very much appreciated that the fish and chips on the table, the accoutrements had HP sauce, which was lovely.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't normally see HP sauce, I guess, on the tables. I don't know why.
There must be something else in the like whatever was on the adult menu, maybe.
Maybe, but it was very good. It's very good to have a little HP sauce with my fish and chips. So I very much enjoyed that. It was a hot day though. So I got my butterbeer with my lunch. The line outside at the butterbeer cart, Carrie, unbelievable that people wait in these lines for this drink.
Like the corn dog cart at Disneyland.
Pretty much. It was insanity, the number of people in line for butterbeer. Crazy.
Well, you think a lot of people like it and they want it. Like how many people that are there for their first time? Like it's on everybody's to-do list.
I know. Maybe they just need to have more stands out there. I don't know. But they had quite a few though, because every time I turned around, I inadvertently was in a line for butterbeer and I didn't realize because there were a couple different stands out there, which was interesting. Now I understand the dragon on the top of the thing.
Dragon on top of the thing.
That was pretty cool. But I did go through and did the whole wand ceremony as well. Well, I didn't do the ceremony. I watched the ceremony, and it had a very different meaning this time for me because now I understand it. It's fun how they do that though. And then who comes out of there and with a kid and doesn't buy a wand? That's what I want to know.
Probably not too many.
Those wands are expensive though, too. I can't remember if I got a picture here with a price on it or not. But yeah, some of them were pretty pricey, but
And then the gowns and the scarves and
the gowns and the coats or whatever they call them. Those are the gowns or wow. And they have like a whole dressing room shop with all of this stuff in it. I could have spent an hour in there too. And you could see the kids coming in and getting so excited about where can I get mine and blah, blah, blah. It was, they were pretty excited. Yeah. So that was kind of me for Universal. I did the train, obviously, because it's kind of fun to get on the train and go to the other side of the park. And really, I love the fact that they're so close together, those two parks. It's almost like Disneyland, that you can hop easily between the two and you don't have to decide where you're going afterwards to figure out where you're okay to end up. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're only a couple of steps away from either one.
Yeah.
Or back to your hotel.
Right.
Even if you're in the one where you have to take the bus.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of interesting. I walked through the Simpsons land. Andrew loved the Simpsons when he was a kid. I think he still does. But walked through there, that like Twirl and Hurl. They have some pretty fun names for things that they have here.
I think if you're like a serious Simpsons fan, like someone that grew up, like I think that land is extraordinary because I think there's lots of like nods to episodes or things that you would only know if you were a really, really big fan, which I'm not, but I think as someone that doesn't like the Simpsons, I just kind of walk through it and look at things and look at the merch or whatever. But I think it's for someone that loves the Simpsons, it's like heaven.
It's impressive. It's very impressive. I love the fact that they still have so much ET stuff. Because you have to think, kids today, do they even know who ET is?
No.
No. But yet they still have so much ET merch. I
Yeah.
love the phone cases
It
that have
stays
phone
there.
home on the back. It's so awesome. It's
Yeah,
so
like they have
awesome.
like yeah, and that merch is kind of retro, like their clothes and what they
Yeah.
have for ET. It's pretty cool. It's my favorite. That and Dr. Seuss is my favorite stuff there.
Yeah. The Dr. Seuss line was pretty cool. That I really enjoyed. Like I said, I had lunch at Circus McGurkus, and that was so fun. I loved it in there. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And SpongeBob store pants. So they had a whole bunch of fun merch in there. But then they also had like Mel's Drive-In, and they had all these characters come out and do a little song and dance in front of there. There seemed to be so much going on always. With different streetmosphere and blah blah blah, it was definitely entertaining. Like I didn't have to go on attractions to be entertained, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I understand that because I don't go on many of those attractions either. So,
Yeah. And I did after I let so lots of lockers, obviously, which is good. So a lot of the attractions require you to put your stuff in a locker before you get on it. But then after I left there, I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to just jump on the boat and see where it takes me. And I went over to Portofino Bay. Uh, Not sure if you know, but it's under construction, and it's severely under construction. Hopefully it's going to be done soon, but there was a lot of scrim and stuff up.
mm,
But that resort is just so beautiful. It really is. It's gorgeous. And then I went to Sapphire Falls. I walked around there. That's so beautiful. Like I went to each of the resorts and just thought, I'm just going to tour and walk around and see what I like. Um, and then of course I got hungry because, that's what happens. I went to Carrie. I went to Strongwater Tavern. Have you heard of this place? It's like a
I haven't been
tapas.
there.
It's like a tapas place or whatever inside
Sapphire.
Sapphire. It was really good. Like really good. And so I just decided I was just going to they had like chicken fingers. They called it buttermilk chicken tenders with Cajun seasoning, and French fries and hot sauce. And it was just like a little tapas plate. Oh my, it was perfect. Exactly what I needed. And it was delicious. It was really good. But actually, the couple at the table behind me, I was over because, when you're sitting there by yourself, you're just listening to other people's conversations. But they were talking about how they had spent a week at Disney and were going home, but they had eaten here before and drove from Disney to here just to have the same meal
Wow.
again before they went home.
That's pretty
But I
crazy.
couldn't see what they ordered. That was the problem. I couldn't see what it was, and
You should have asked them.
it was bordering on creepy, so I just thought, well, I'm not gonna.
Their vacation was almost over.
I know I probably should have. But that's how good the food was. And then I just walked back from there to Aventura. There's like a nice little lovely path across the street, and bada bing, I was at my hotel.
Nice.
It was fantastic. And then, of course, the next day I did Islands of Adventure. And that
Did you go on
was
Hagrid's?
no,
No
like,
Hagrid's.
no Hagrids, no Hagrids. I stood outside. I took pictures. I took pictures of the seats, the vehicle things. One of the things at Universal is they have a lot of rides where they show you the test vehicle first. So you can get in, see how comfortable you'd be, see if you fit okay. Like outside of it. Sorry, I had to go on mute there because I was going to cough my brain off. Yeah, so that you could test the seats, which is kind of nice.
Cool.
Not that I went on any of them, but that was where I met the superheroes. So it was like two ladies I met. I don't know who they are, and Captain America, of course. I got my picture with him. But Toon Lagoon and seeing like Popeye and
Yeah, I like that part.
that stuff is just so fun. I
Mm.
don't, I think I kind of forgot that all that stuff was there. Like you don't really, we don't, when you think of Universal, everybody's like Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter, but you forget that they have all of this cool stuff of Seuss Landing and Popeye and olive oil and it's yeah, there's all sorts of fun stuff there. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Lots of fun photo ops too.
Oh my gosh, I had so much fun getting pictures to just and doing selfies and getting pictures wherever. And the team members or cast members or whatever they're called, Universal, they were all phenomenal about taking the pictures for me or things like that. I didn't have to ask. And at no time did I feel any way about being there by myself. Like solo at Universal is just as fun as solo at Disney. No issues whatsoever. I like safety wise, like all of that stuff, I felt just as good as I do at Disney. No problems.
No problemo.
No problemo. And then of course at the other park you go to the other side of Harry Potter. I just into like Hogsmeade and stuff like that, but I gotta admit, some of their snacks are a little like just the thought because they call it like toads, like chocolate frogs and fudge flies and just
Fudge fly.
the name of them. I'm like,
No, thank you.
no, thank you, not for me. What's
That's
your
funny.
favorite part of the parks? I feel like I've been talking nonstop now for like 25 minutes.
Well, I do. I really like the Harry Potter areas, but mostly like just to really look around at all the details and the merch and all that stuff. Like I like hanging around in there and people watching
Yeah.
for sure. I love the Dr. Seuss. I love the Dr. Seuss area for sure. That's probably like who am I kidding? There's Cat in the Hat there, so
Oh my gosh,
I guess
Seuss
that's kind
Landing
of
is
my favorite.
awesome.
And then I like the streets, like whatever those streets are called over in the Universal side. I think like I don't go on all the attractions because they do make me like a lot of them make me motion sickness because I've tried them and I know that they do.
Yes, same.
So I mostly am more of like taking pictures and just people watching and enjoying the experience. Like I really liked it there at Christmas time. I really liked it at Christmas time because the parade and the Earl the Squirrel stuff and all the merch and whatever the Grinch, like I really really liked it there at Christmas time. Like I kind of went thinking, oh, it's Christmas, it'll be neat to check out, but I really liked it because like that part, I still didn't go on any of the attractions really, but I really
Right.
enjoyed the experience in the parks even more because of the holiday overlay. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
like kind of the same as you, like just enjoy it being there. But I think I went a few times where I have my Disney attitude, let's just say, right? We've all been there. There's no way that there's no Disney person like us that hasn't went to Universal with their Disney chip on their shoulder, right? You can't
Exactly.
disagree with me,
You
right?
can't
Think about your
disagree.
first time
No.
when you went.
Oh
Like
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
walking around and you'd be like, "Oh, are you thinking about your Disney parks?" Like if you get rid of that and you go into the parks without that chip, like
Yeah.
it really is awesome. The details and the
Oh, yeah.
ambiance and the entertainment and all that stuff. It truly is awesome. But it took me a
Couple of
couple
times.
of times. Like I went years and years ago for the first couple of times, like when I first was becoming a Disney fan.
Right.
And but yeah, like yeah, you just gotta check that you gotta leave that down in Lake Buena Vista and then come up and enjoy it without those goggles on because it is really awesome. So
Absolutely. I think you're right. Like well, you got to leave the Disney chip at the door and when you take that off, it's a beautiful, like these parks are beautiful. The grounds are beautiful. So one of the days I went over to the Hard Rock, I took the boat over to the Hard Rock to go and look around there. I got to tell you though, they say it's a quick walk back. It might be a quick walk back if it's not 1,000 degrees. But I was seriously thinking I'm going to lay down in this grass and die, because I'd been out in the sun all day. It's probably a 10-minute walk, but I'd been walking all day. I was done. But it was the pictures I took on that walk. It's so green and lush. You would have no idea that you are in the middle of a park, like theme parks. It's absolutely beautiful.
I think I remember like the first time I got to explore the other resorts. Like I remember feeling that, like knowing that it's all on this piece of property, but like not understanding like where is like we're over at Portofino, like where is it really? Like the park's like it only took us 2 seconds to get here. So like where is it? Like really being like how is all of this
so close?
Part of it all and so close in proximity.
Well, and I think that's probably something that I never paid attention to the first time I was there. But this trip, I was really, really, really specifically thinking about where is everything located. And I realized how convenient it is. Now, I know Epic Universe is going to be a bit further, but that's no different than Disney, where the parks are so far apart. And these are so close to each other. It just, it was a very enjoyable time. And I have, to your point, I've been on a bunch of the attractions before too. And yes, they make me a little sick. So I really did just enjoy walking around. I mean, who are we kidding? You and I go to Disney all the time and don't go on any attractions. So
they don't make us sick. We still don't go on the attraction.
We're not, I'm starting to wonder, like some of it is the sickness. Some of it is just, we don't do the line. Some of it is we just love being there and sitting on a bench. But yeah, it was absolutely enjoyable. And I had a great time, experiencing it again. And you know what else I love? They have these air drying things. And I don't know that we ever talk about those. So you get off a water ride and they have like this little like room. I don't know what it's called. It's like a little shell and you go in and it blows you dry. It's kind of, I was watching people go in and out of them and I thought, how fantastic is that? I don't think I ever noticed those before.
Yeah, I think I saw them one of the last times, and then someone had told me like I think like they have them at places like Canada's Wonderland and things like that. I'm like, I've never been there, I guess, since then to know that they have stuff like that. But yeah, I think you pay like $5 and like the whole family steps into this spa. and then you just get like pummeled with like tornado grade wind to dry you off.
It was it was fun. And their merch, like I gotta say, their Christmas store spoke to me. So of all, my sister loves Christmas, me not so much. I probably could have decorated I could have picked up so much stuff for Christmas. Because it was all Grinch. It was all Grinch stuff. They had Grinch pajamas. They had Grinch t-shirts. They had a t-shirt. I almost bought it, but I didn't, of the Grinch. And it just said resting Grinch face. I was going to buy it. I should wear that to Christmas dinner.
You should.
Or one that just says, ooh, people. It was just so fun. So my time at Aventura was fantastic. The last thing I want to tell you about Aventura, they actually sent me a text message one day to say that because I had left the do not disturb on my door, at my room. I don't know why. I guess I forgot to take it off. So they didn't come in to clean my room, but they actually sent me a text message to say that's why they didn't come in to clean my room. How great is that?
Thank you very much.
Right?
My room will stay dirty.
Yeah, it was brought. So this is what it said. It was brought to our attention that housekeeping service was not provided for your room due to the do not disturb sign being left on the door, or someone in your party declined service. If you require additional amenities, we'd be happy to send some up to you.
Oh, you probably can order them
nice
on your iPad.
Yeah. And then on the day I was getting ready to check out, or the night before, I guess, they sent me something that said, "Thanks for being here. You have options this morning. You can text us. You can use your in-room iPad or stop by the desk to check out. We look forward to seeing you again." Wasn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
I thought so. So yeah, that was fun. And then of course, I had my typical crack of dawn
Get
flight
back
home.
home.
Oh my gosh, Carrie. You know what it's like. But you got to do what you got to do. So I landed, I guess, in Toronto at like 9 o'clock in the morning. It was my flight, I think, was at 6:30. So like I'm just looking at my pictures here. I got my text that my bag at 6:12 in the morning. Like that
Yeah,
they
your
had
bag
my
was.
bag. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it was pretty early. But
Wow.
that's how I roll. That's how I roll.
Got home, got to work, carried on.
Well, that's what I do so that I don't use up vacation days. My plan is always if I can get the earliest flight home, I could technically be either in an office that we have near the airport or home and online by like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I don't have to
Awesome.
spend a vacation day. I mean, I'm dead by 5 o'clock, but whatever.
Sleep well
YOLO,
that night, which is fine.
right? YOLO.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would I do Universal again? Absolutely. I'm doing it again in August. I'll do Disney and Universal again. And yeah, like I'm almost thinking, why don't I just buy an annual pass there? Because why not?
Why not?
Why not? And I'm very excited about Epic Universe because I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Mario, like just hearing that music, do 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 do, it just it's so exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Yep. So that's it. That's my trip. That was the end of my trip. Um, so we had Disney, we had a Run Disney event, and then Universal. Choco Block. And next episode is another Disney trip report.
Yep. Sorry,
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah, sorry folks. So between now and the next episode, Carrie and I will be traveling to Walt Disney World and reporting back on the next episode. Ta-da! That was fun. We've
I'm
got
glad you
lots
had a
to...
good time at Universal. I knew you would. I knew you would.
I did. I did. I really did.
You can't go wrong. Like you can't go wrong. Like you're by yourself, you can relax, you can mosey and do what you like. Like what could have like
I was just mad that I forgot my bathing suit. And I almost bought
yeah.
one at the outlet mall and I thought this is ridiculous. Like I bought a bathing suit not long ago for my trips and it's literally hanging in my closet at home. So I just said, I'll forget it. Um, because I don't do that enough. Spend pool time. I
Mhm.
never do that, in fact. Never.
I think that's like in Universal is a good thing to like even add on to the end of your Disney trips if you wanted to, just wind down a little bit because then you can,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry. Well, whatever. I know we just chill out and do whatever, but we still go, even though we do nothing at Disney, we still are exhausted and go, go, go at the end of
Exactly.
like I say that to people all the time. Like you're exhausted no matter what. Like if you go from morning to night like a park warrior, you're like guaranteed exhaustion and you're busting your shoes by the end of the trip. But like even if you just mosey
Mm-hmm.
and just dilly dally, you're still out of your room for most of the time the entire day.
Yeah. It's
And it's
still
hot and
a
it's whatever, and
lot.
you're walking 10 bajillion kilometers for your trip.
Yeah.
Where I think at Universal, like, because the resorts are so nice, like
Yeah.
you can just walk about. You can do a lot of pool time, eat some food, just chill out.
Yeah.
Seems like a
Absolutely.
perfect way to end your Orlando.
Yes. Yeah. So we're going to have more trip reports next time. And hopefully we will be sharing a pool day review with you because Carrie and I are planning a pool day.
We're gonna just chill out as per
We're gonna
usual, but
chill.
maybe more at the resorts instead of in the parks.
Yeah. So instead of sitting on a bench in a park, we're gonna sit on a
And be at the
chair
hotel.
by the pool with maybe a frosty drink in our hand. I'm loving the
Maybe.
thoughts of this. I'm kind of excited, Carrie.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. I better put my bathing suit in my suitcase before I forget.
Me too. I did
Yes.
that the last trip. I forgot my bathing suit too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of dumb. I don't know how. Considering we probably never wear them really at home, they should just always be in the suitcase, right?
I know. It doesn't make sense. I would never need one at home. Yeah. Anyway. All right, Carrie, it comes that time of the podcast where you share something that brought you some joy. What is your pixie dust this week?
My pixie dust is the new Jim Henson documentary on Disney Plus. Did you watch it? No, because it just came out. You need to watch it.
No, I did not watch it.
Jim Henson Idea Man, and it just came out the other day. By the time the podcast is out, it'll be out for a few weeks. But it's good. I just love it because it really explains like Jim Henson and how the Muppets came about and why they, who he was and how he was and why the Muppets are like, it's just amazing how they exist and why they exist. And that it kind of tells that story about Jim and what he, like who he was, like the creative being he was and how like,
how it all came together.
He didn't grow up playing with puppets. He just wanted to be on television. And he got into puppets as maybe a late teen or whatever. And it turned into the Muppets, like something that's, however many years the Muppets have been around. Like he started doing it in the 50s or whatever, like how long they've been around and what they've become and evolved and how many lives it's impacted and how many people are puppeteers because of it. And all because he's an extremely creative and being,
right?
That wanted a career in television, and all of this happened from that. But the person he is made the Muppets, and that's what's the best about it. So it's really good. It's his children, are all in it. Like it's a documentary, I think
they kind of endorsed it. Like the children are part of it.
They're interviewed in it because like really a lot of them have followed in his footsteps, right? Like what they do in their lives. So it's a good story. Like I know it's a good story. I'm sure it doesn't tell everything, and they did steer clear of a lot of drama or whatever, like, his personal stuff, like talk about him as a human being and a man and his relationship with his wife and whatever, but don't go too deep. They just keep it focused on.
I didn't know there was Jim Henson drama.
Oh no, he was just like at certain times I don't think he was the best dad because he was so
he was so driven in his career,
his genius in his art and his career, right? He worked. Muppets were in London. Fraggle Rock was in Toronto, and he flew from city to city to city to city nonstop. So I think he might have had a little bit of a midlife crisis too at a certain point, but it's just really like I think they did a really good job, like showing why the Muppets are here, like why the Muppets exist, and because of him. Like I think they did a really good job with that. So good. Nice. So everybody should watch it. And I like it best of all is that it's just going to teach people
more about the Muppets.
That's all that I want to keep.
You just want to keep a spotlight on the Muppets.
Mm-hmm. I want people to forget about them for more people to love them.
I wish they would just continue to do more and more with the Muppets.
Yeah.
Because they are so popular. When you look at the stuff that they did, the Muppet Haunted Mansion, the movie with the Electric Mayhem, those were incredibly popular.
Yeah, they were really good. Maybe there'll be more in the future. But even like, and I think the Muppet Show, I've been watching a lot of it lately. Like I keep it playing in my office if I'm working, like in the background or whatever. And I just hear these little quips and whatever. Like it's just so well done. It is all like I think the Muppet Show is perfect. Like, I know there's stuff that they say or they do that, they have to put disclaimers that things have changed and whatever.
Yeah,
But just generally, it's just so many parts of it are so funny and it's just so like, yeah,
it's
the
all in
musicians have gone and the
well-intended good
actors
humor.
are second to the Muppets because the Muppets are just so funny. And I can't imagine, like, I just think back like into the late 70s, like how they churned this out
Yeah.
and the creativity and the talent and just the speed of them making all of these, like the stuff they had to do. Like they didn't have CGI
Yeah.
back then, like, and they made the Muppet Show, the way that it is, like big props and big stages, and just for a 30-minute or whatever variety show with like puppets
Yeah,
is unbelievable.
it is.
Anyways, it's a good one. You should watch it.
Everyone should watch it. Maybe I'll download it for plain watching.
Yeah. So that's my pixie dust.
Excellent.
What's your pixie dust? You wouldn't tell me.
I wouldn't tell you because so I have one of my friends was telling me about this new thing that she's doing to help improve her health. And it's supposed to, she's already laughing at me. It's supposed to like get your, what do they call it? Like, your lymphatic system, like get everything moving and blah, blah, blah in the morning. So, so I bought a trampoline.
Oh, good God. I'm trying to get my systems in order and start my day off right. I'm drinking hot water and lemon. You get a trampoline?
Yeah. Oh, I've been thinking about the hot water and lemon too, but so apparently it's some sort of like when you just sort of bounce on it, it gets everything moving and that like it's supposed to in the morning. Uh, so, but you're not supposed to like you don't take your feet off it, so you don't like jump up and because I gotta tell you, I had to get Andrew to help carry this thing up the stairs so I could assemble it, and then I made the mistake of assembling it in the living room, and now I can't get it up the stairs.
Oh dear.
I have to take it apart if I want it to go up. But anyway, right now it's in front of my TV, which is probably the best spot for it. So it's in the middle of my living room in front of my TV. And you know the size of my living room, Carrie, so there's not much room. So you just kind of you stand on it, but you bounce a little bit just to get your body like shaking and moving. And so
I'd be jumping up and down. I wouldn't be just doing
I know. Andrew said to me, he's like, just promise me you won't be like jumping like crazy. I don't want to get a call from you that you've fallen and you can't get up because you bounced off this trampoline. So yeah, I've had it probably for about a week and so far so good. It does make you feel like stuff's moving around in the morning and I don't know. Sometimes at night I do it for a few minutes while I'm watching TV,
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, so I have a trampoline. I'll let you know how it goes. But my friend, she said like her swelling, like water retention that she has in her body, seriously got better with this. Like that she was retaining a lot of water and things were just stagnant. And she said it absolutely helped her. So yeah, we'll see. It's harder than it looks though. It is harder than it looks. But
cool.
So yes, I'll yeah.
Keep me posted.
I'll keep you posted on how that goes. But yeah, so I have a trampoline. Just a little one.
A little one that takes up half of your living room.
There's no room between my couch and my TV because my living room is so narrow. Because I live in such a small townhouse that yeah, it's whatever. If I have to step over it to get to the couch, then I may as well bounce a little before I get on the couch.
Good plan.
So that's my plan.
That's
anyway,
awesome.
I'll keep you posted on how it helps. All right. Well, thank you all very much for listening as always. And leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts if you can, please. And send us your questions. Send us feedback. We love to hear it, as always. Thank you again, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast player so you'll get a new episode every week. And find us on social media too. We'd love to hear from you.
Till next time, remember, you are never too old to be young. Chase your dreams and design your own happily ever after.